Good morning, colleagues. It's Thursday morning. It is the 16th of July, and this is your video bulletin bringing you all the latest news, advice, guidance and data of relevance to Children's Services Departments, brought to you by West Midlands Children's Services, #Team West Midlands. How are you? I hope you're well. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, right, so what's been happening? Some news has come in. We bring you the news of impact of COVID on improvement notices. So on the 18th of June, the DfE wrote to a number of local authorities that got improvement notices or revised directions or direction notices that have come through. And these have all they all got published effectively on the website yesterday. And these detail about the flexibility of expected actions on behalf of those local authorities in terms of their improvement journey, and also to detail that they're expecting as soon as things return to normal that those activities will be picked back up in a more standard kind of format. Now, interestingly, it doesn't state when return to normal is actually expected to take place. Just 4 points of guidance if you want to go and search for any of those. Revised directions for West Sussex and Torbay, improvement notices for Trafford, St Helens, North East Lincolnshire and Newham, and directions for Solihull and Kingston upon Hull. We'll include a link to gov.uk, and if you just put those councils into the search engine and search by news, it should come up directly for you. ITT and NQT collection. This is actually on your spreadsheet, line 11 of your spreadsheet. Last updated on the 17th of June. 2 lines have been updated there, and information on initiative training, and also a section for newly qualified teachers, their support and inductions in September 2020. That is new and now live, and you can access it, like I say, via line 11 of your spreadsheet. Blackburn introduced local measures after a cases spike. You may have seen this on the news. Right, now, some of the background detail. Blackburn have identified the fact that they have a number of high population density in certain areas, closely terraced houses, many having 4, 5 or plus people in there. 114 cases over the last 2 weeks. 148,000 is how many people they have in the borough, so you can size that up against your own local authorities. What are they doing? Well, they're introducing a range of measures that they're asking people to voluntarily do for a period of a month to try and bring that down and try and stop a Leicester type scenario. Some things that might come up on that is related into our guidance update, and 3 particular lines: guidance for households with possible coronavirus infection, guidance for contacts with people who don't live with them, and children protecting people defined on medical grounds as extremely vulnerable. Obviously, the Blackburn situation might be replicated in a number of our local authorities, and each of these lines here, which are for shielding, line 13 of your spreadsheet, came out and updated on the 14th of the 7th. The guidance for people in households is on line 21 of your spreadsheet, and other contacts line 23 of your spreadsheet. Those were updated on the 13th. They've now been updated with translated guidance, so that messages can be sent out to all of the public should you wish to do so. Further, and higher education, coronavirus, COVID, line 6 of your spreadsheet. This is of particular interest because the update relates to guidance on supporting vulnerable young people, and there is specific advice for learners with special education needs and disabilities, and that's been added to the section in terms of what to do further and higher education institutions need to do for the autumn term. Line 6 of your spreadsheet. Free school meals guidance and COVID school summer food fund. The free school meals guidance, line 7 of your spreadsheet. The updated guidance and an application form for the extension of free schools meals eligibility to the no recourse to public funds group. Also, the income threshold is increased. Interestingly, they put the London figures first, which has been raised to £31,500, but also for £28,200 for outside of London is the threshold has been increased to get access to free school meals. Similarly, summer food fund, line 22 of your spreadsheet, that was updated on the 13th of the 7th, and there's more information there about providing food parcels, and also the early guidance that we give you in the video bulletin of free school meals in further education establishments. Guidance for children's social care services was updated today. We updated it via our Twitter feed at WMADCS if you want to give us a follow. Also, retweet it if you think it's worth it. Retweet it because it helps get our profile up in terms of logarithms. Line 9 of your spreadsheet. Updated amendments to regulation section of the guidance for children's social care services. So the modification notices, which will be running out at the end of the month and are not expected to be renewed. Line 9 of your spreadsheet there. Line 20 of your spreadsheet is the Form C100, apply for a court order to make arrangements for a child or resolve disputes about their upbringing. This is guidance that was initially not COVID related, first came out on the 1st of January 2018. Also, the details of the Coventry pilot that was involved also in 2018. Updated line 20 of a spreadsheet on the 13th of the 7th. There's information now on the bulk scanning and documents not being returned, and this follows the update in May, which was in relation to mediation information assessment meetings that can now be held remotely. Like I say, line 20 of your spreadsheet there. Domestic abuse, get help during the coronavirus outbreak. Line 10 of your spreadsheet that now contains a Welsh translation. And the Home Office extraordinary funding for domestic abuse support services. Line 15 of your spreadsheet, updates on the 14th to the 7th. There are bidder clarifications. That fund, a number of charities in the region have already been very successful in that. It's still open, but only for another week. There's still money in that fund. It's come on a first come, first served basis. Bidder clarifications on line 15. For commissioners and providers of services for people who use drugs and alcohol, line 18 of your spreadsheet. This was an update on the 14th of the 7th. It's been updated with information on PPE supply, test and trace, accessing treatment, and also in relation to some of the support mechanisms and networks, the information there in terms of meetings of group, both inside and outside, and from more than one household, line 18 of your spreadsheet. Cleaning of non-healthcare settings, they've updated this with advice of cleaning and waste management that doesn't relate to cases either suspected or confirmed, and taking into account current levels of community transmission. Again, linking back to the Leicester and the Blackburn situations, line 8 of your spreadsheet, that was updated yesterday. Moving on, cancellation of GCSEs, AS and A levels in 2020. Line 24 of your spreadsheet, this was guidance that came out on the 13th. Now, all outdated info, because there was an awful lot of activity about handing out results and what was going to happen with the exams, that's all been removed. There's new details about the autumn exam schedule. There's a new section as well about exams in 2021, and there's more detail on assessment centre grading there, should that be of interest. Line 24 of your spreadsheet. Now, yesterday there was an awful lot that came out in relation to prisons. Now, guidance on vulnerable prisoners during COVID-19. This is from the Parole Board. It's line 14 of your spreadsheet, and it does relate to under 18s specifically. I'm not going to go into it because if it is of interest, you're going to want to read it yourself. But that's line 14 of your spreadsheet, and guidance on vulnerable prisoners, including those under the age of 18. The other three lines: visit someone in prison, Q&A to friends and family, and guidance for friends and family. For points of information, that all details the fact that visits are restarting, prisons are reopening as and when each individual prison feels it is safe to do so, and also additional info on that. So the Q&A is on line 17. Visits, which actually details around which are reopening where, that's on line 16 of your spreadsheet, and guidance for friends and family, that's on line 19 of your spreadsheet. Data statistics and MI, number of coronavirus cases and risk in the UK, that's there, and statistics analysis has been updated too. And also the attendance in education early year settings, that was released yesterday. It'll be under the 14th of the 7th. I want to say yesterday, I refer to Tuesday, sorry. But yes, that's all there now. DfE helpline, 08000 46 86 87, 08000 46 86 87. Our website, www.wmchildrenservices.org.uk, and our email address should you want to contact us on anything, info@wmchildrenservices.org.uk. And thanks for those of you getting in contact a couple of days ago when there was a slightly corrupted file or not updated file that was on the website. But that was updated, and thank you to those who sent that information through. And at WATCS, as I said, is our Twitter feed. Stay safe, stay alert, stay at home if you can, especially if you're in Leicester or Blackburn. Look after yourselves and each other, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care, bye-bye.